This video is going to be a lot different than my previous two videos about Manga and Overwatch 1. There won't be any heavy editing, scripting, or as many jokes because I really wanted to just talk about this manga. This manga being Oyasumi Punpun. This manga is nothing short of a masterpiece. I give it a 10 out of 10, so if you wanted just to see a rating, there you go. You don't have to watch the entire video now because I'm gonna tell you the rating. It's 10 out of 10. But if you wanted to know about my thoughts on the manga, please continue watching because I really wanted to just share my opinion on it on my YouTube channel. This is what my YouTube channel is all about. The title says that I don't think you should read this manga is because, well, sometimes being depressed really sucks. And I mean it when I say it, that you will get pretty bad depression once you finish the entire manga or even while reading it. So if you read this manga and if you're someone that gets really immersed into stories and fiction, this might actually affect your daily life because for what happened with me is that I am someone who isn't that well with depression, and dealing with it after reading this manga is literally made me waste like 1 or 2 days because I just didn't really feel like doing anything. That's how impactful it is, and I mean it is kind of cringe, but I'm not exaggerating in any way. Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. You have been warned. This manga is about a character named Punpun. You see this character go through his entire life, which is not very normal to say the least. I can say that this is one of the few mangas in the entire world where it feels so real. By real, I mean that although it is fiction, all the things that the characters deal with can be treated in a realistic sense, meaning that people in real life can go through the exact same thing, even though it is fiction. This manga is not afraid to tackle very heavy topics: rape, suicidal thoughts, domestic violence, depression, loneliness, and deteriorating mental health. But what's so special about this manga is that the way it can humanize something like domestic abuse or rape and make those actions seem somewhat sane, not justified, but something that you can picture this person doing because of what they went through. It's what really makes it special. If you see a dad hit a mother, then you would think that's fucked up, but you see all the things that the dad goes through, and you might even start to think that what he did wasn't wrong, something like that. There are so many fucking moments in this manga where I would be completely stun-locked when reading it because of how fucked up and depressing the situation can be. Although it is super fucked up, a lot of shit happens, a lot of fucked up shit about Punpun's broken life, but it still felt something that is really realistic. It's not like Berserk or Made in Abyss, where it is a completely fictional, which, although it is super fucked up in those anime that I mentioned, them being fictional gives you a sense of relief and sanity. This doesn't happen in Oyasumi Punpun. When you see the things that Punpun goes through, or if you see the things that the characters go through, not even just Punpun, even the side characters such as Aiko, Sachi, Seki, Yuichi, Shimizu, all of those characters go through some fucked up shit that some of us might even be going through right now in our own life. Maybe you're watching this video right now and you're going through something like that. Going through some abuse problems, some family problems, friendship problems, romance problems, all of those problems, or even something even darker down the line. Something like depression, something that everyone can go through, you and I. And the way it is depicted in the manga is so frighteningly accurate. I would be baffled if you read it and you would think otherwise. One of my favorite chapters in the manga. It happened after a series of events that led to Punpun deciding to move out and live alone. In the chapter, you see descriptions of a normal day. The alarm clock that rings at 7:10 a.m. The smell of morning, little white clouds exhaled by children walking to school. The train that arrives at 7:45, J-pop spilling out of another's headphones, meaningless chit-chat. Footsteps walking upstairs, hurried opening of shoe lockers, coffee milk on the rooftop, the quiet stillness after school. People. The sound of someone calling my name behind my back. Solitude. Freedom. The comics corners of a convenience store. Low sugar canned coffee, pitch black room, cold dinner. Punpun is just fine again today. Then the chapter ends. You can argue that nothing happened in this chapter, but this chapter fully represented Punpun's mental health, holding on to life day by day. A life of solitude, a life that Punpun chose to live himself. It is chapters like these in the manga that make me really feel for the characters, even though they are completely fictional. You can feel the emotions that they're going through. You can relate to the situation because it might have happened to you. You can relate to this situation because it might have happened to one of your close ones. And it is the impact of this literature that makes me love it all so much more. And hate it at the same time because of all the emotions that I went through when reading this. The chapter that I just mentioned is actually quite tame compared to some of the scenes, some of the things that happen in the manga. You can't turn away because you're so intrigued of seeing what happens next. But the more you keep reading, the more depressed you get, the more it affects you. Giving the reader the perspective of someone that is depressed, of someone that's going through such tough times, is something that I can do nothing but applaud for. Inio Asano, I can do nothing but thank this person for writing such good material, such good content for manga. I thank you. And I thank you for watching this review, for watching me ramble about how good this manga is. My next few videos will be back on normal. I'm gonna start editing them quite normally. But I thank you for watching this video until the end, or if you're listening to me while you're doing something else, that is also completely fine. If you haven't read it already, I recommend reading this manga. It is so good. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.